Nobody has done this story. That's what I'm talking about. No follow-up. But the only thing suddenly we begin to hear his name again. And when that, even the Leon Balogun, nobody's doing a story about Leon Balogun. The guy that we said was going to be another big thing in Nigeria.
Almost made it to the World
Cup. My problem with going to visit coaches like this, it's not supposed to be the job of the FA. If you have peace at home, and you have sorted out your issues at home, you have been very decisive in some of the things happening in Nigeria.
Yeah.
This would have been the job of a coach.
The national team
one, or the head of the technical department, or the technical director. This is not the job.
I mean, the NFF president does carry clout.
Hold on.
Some will argue.
No, let me argue with that.
Some will argue that it's good to have an FA president that can put a call straight to any of these coaches.
The best relationship would have been coach-to-coach relationship. That's what you expect coaches. That would have been the best relationship. They are administrators. If you are going to see,
do we have a coach?
That's why I say if you have sorted out your matters, that's why I say we have not.
Don't let's go there.
So, do we have a coach?
Don't let's
go
there.
But the truth of the matter is, if it is an administrative issue, if FA to FA is good, but this is a coach. If maybe let's assume catch you on an
but it's not a totally bad idea.
Speak to him, write to him. That's you build a relationship.
Okay.
How many players are you going to get per match? Is it 2? Is it 3? I can't give you all. Okay, let's take 2. Let's swap. If you take this one for this game, take this one for the next game. Okay. That's fine. But I'm saying if these players are good players, they will be dying to play for this country. If they are good players, and you know the interesting thing that some of the best players who could have played for Nigeria, they choose to play for those countries because they know those countries needed them.
The likes of David Alaba.
Instead of playing for Nigeria, you have to play for Austria. And Austria, when was the last time Austria qualified for the World Cup?
but you are guaranteed that once you are an Austrian international, that at least your future is assured. Secure. But can you say the same thing if you play for Nigeria? But there is also the issue that some of these players who have been capped for these countries, the likes of Eyogu, are just probably used.
The only time they will come to Nigeria is when they are hitting the twilight of their career, like a Shola Mourinho.
No, but Victor Moses was still.
Victor Moses' case
was in the prime of his career.
Victor Moses' case
was an exception.
I think we had to. England just said, okay, take. If they wanted to go hard for Victor Moses, I don't think we would have gotten
England refused because his former manager said he pleaded with the then England
manager.
Wasn't as interested.
Didn't see through the potential in Victor Moses. If they are seen through it.
I don't think they will contest Chuba Akpom, but who I think they might contest right now is the Liverpool's 19-year-old winger Jordan Ibe.
Egebe Agbola was very hot.
Was hot too.
There was no way we could get him.
He was used for 2 or 3 games.
We prefer to play for England.
And he secured his future. Okay, let's move on. There's also this thing that we also want to talk about before we go on this break. Nadi, you've been following this Morocco.
Well, they're taking the case to CAF, and that's the best option. A lot of people have said the ban and the fine. The ban and the fine.
Their punishment by CAF.
Yes, their punishment by CAF. They are seeking that these decisions will be seen there before the end of next month because they know the qualifiers will begin.
They want to participate in the
qualifiers. So African football is very sweet for them to play. They know what it needs to get to go on an exile. And of course, but I think at that level, CAF will be to look at the pros and cons and look at the kind of argument and what is.
And the case will be fast-tracked as well.
They're looking at the win-win expectation
situation
for both CAF and for Morocco. But I think for Morocco, they will rather pay the fine than go on that 2 tournament exile.
They refuse to pay the fine.
No, but they are cool with the fine.
No, they don't want to pay the fine.
According to the president, he said when that decision to pull out was made, CAF said, okay, we'll fine you, not the ban.
Yes.
But they were so shocked at the ban.
It's the ban. Look, they're cool with the fine. It's the ban.
These people hosted the FIFA Club World Cup without a hitch. Now, Equatorial Guinea stepped into the breach when they pulled out, and apart from the few incidences
towards the end,
but they more or less hosted what was internationally agreed to be an above average hosting. So, what excuse could
they have for doing that?
Equatorial Guinea is not as developed or as sophisticated
and they
as
restored some pride for Africa.
And they did as well as they could. So I think Morocco should bear the consequences of their actions.
All right.
Maybe at worst case, maybe they just ban them for 1 edition instead of 2. But I think there should be
some sort of punishment.
There should be some sort of punishment.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's move on. We'll go on a break. Allow you to see this man. Some can't just get enough of Lionel Messi, and again during the weekend scored an hat-trick. I mean, he's been breaking records. if I start from now to tomorrow, I won't end it. It's been breaking records all over. But let's allow you to enjoy this game involving Barcelona and Levante. Incidentally, a Nigerian was involved in this, was responsible, made a mistake that led to one of the goals that Lionel Messi scored. But let me allow you to enjoy this. Barcelona taking on Levante. We'll take this and come back for more on Sports Tonight. Back, Tunde, a brief description of what that meant, the implication of what Lionel Messi just did.
Brief. Historic.
Yeah.
Magical. The man is just a phenomenon. He just keeps breaking records after records after records. But now he now shares, he's now 23 career hat-tricks in the La Liga on his 300 appearance, I believe, for Barcelona. So the man is just, he's just phenomenal.
He's just up there.
He's just a phenomenon. I can't say more than that.
Okay. All right, let's go to the UEFA Champions League feast of football that we have this evening. 2 games currently going on. Is an half-time as we speak. Bring us up to speed on the games. Barca taking on FC Porto and Schalke taking on Real Madrid.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo has finally broken his goal drought. He scored his first goal in 4 matches off a cross from Dani Carvajal. So it is now Schalke 0-0, Real Madrid 1. Then also in the other game, it's still FC Basel leading FC Porto by a lone goal.
Okay, all right. So that's how it is. It's at halftime now. If anything happens, trust us, we'll let you know. That's just in case you're not watching that game and you're tuned in to us right now. We'll make it worth your while by letting you know what is going on. All right, Nodi, let me quickly come to you. Do you see anything changing in this game? Will Barca be able to hold on to that lead? And for Real Madrid playing away, would they be able to put 6 past Schalke like they did the other time? Or they'll just keep it simple and probably preserve the lead?
I think for Schalke, they will do what we call damage control. They will avoid that embarrassing defeat. They will lose, but not as much as they did the previous season. But for Basu, let's just make it very clear that Basu have been very consistent in the Champions League.
Over the years.
I remember 2 seasons ago, they were to play Tottenham Hotspur in the UEFA League. I was saying, I told somebody that you can't compare Tottenham and Basu. This is a team that played in Champions League. When was the last time Tottenham played in Champions League? We are going to a party. Somebody is writing jam. We have not even written GS3 exam. And because you are staying in the same class, you think you are at the same level. I think the truth of the matter is that the Basu want to go further, get to the quarterfinal, and that's the way to go. And this is a team that looked very modest in terms of the budget, but the kind of players they had at their disposal, they ship a lot of players. Remember, but they still able to get players who will not be compared to what we have in mainstream Europe.
But they still get the results.
They can get the results they needed. And for FC Porto, they're still here to find their feet. They're still here to find their feet.
BBC African Football of the Year is there. Yasin Brahim is there as well.
It's still there, but FC Porto is not the FC Porto we used to know. But at this point, if Basu wins, the second leg is going to be very open. But I see this Basu team get to the quarterfinal. They may not win, but get to the quarterfinal is going to be a big, huge achievement for them. Okay.
Tunde, there's really nothing much to be said, but I'm still going to let you say something. Schalke, is it redeemable?
Against Real Madrid?
Yeah.
I think there's a French phrase for it. C'est n'est pas possible. It's impossible.
Okay.
I don't see them over 2 legs beating Real Madrid. Winning either of the legs is almost difficult. Inconceivable to see. I think this is as far as they go, so they just have to try again next year.
All right, we'll wait to see how things pan out in those 2 matches, but you can't take it from us. Basel leading FC Porto as we speak, 1-0 game, still at halftime stage, and Schalke 1 goal down at home to reigning kings Real Madrid. All right, yesterday games were played, 2 matches actually were played in the UEFA Champions League. We're not talking about the games, it's the drama behind the games. Tunde, fill us in. The drama that ensued.
Yeah, it's very shocking, actually, and totally
at this age and time
unacceptable. Not surprising anyway, because there still remain some morons in world football. After the Chelsea game against Paris Saint-Germain in Paris, a group of Chelsea fans were on the subway, and they refused to let a black man a Black Paris resident onto the carriage in which they were riding. They consistently pushed him back out of the carriage, and they were making chants saying, "We are racist, we are racist, we know and we like it." They're also chanting Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. This doesn't necessarily. I refuse to believe that this is the official position
of Chelsea,
of the Chelsea Football Club. They've come out to condemn it. They said they will carry out an investigation, and if they are found out to be Chelsea season ticket holders, that they will be severely punished as well. The whole world is condemning what happened in that subway carriage.
Yeah.
Subway train, but it's remarkable considering the English are always at the forefront of fighting.
I was going to get to that. I mean, very high level of morals, principles. I mean, Nodi, let me let you have your say on this one. It just takes you back to the Stone Age, time where John Fashanu, Paul Haynes, all of those guys were just having their breakout season in the in English football, and there were monkey chants, abusive words, banana peels thrown at them. But you wouldn't expect to see this in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, the racism team is just a football team, it's a societal team. It takes a long time for you to eradicate racism. Some of these fans who you see at the stadium chant banana, throw all manners of objects at players just to abuse them. They come from the society. These are things they must have been doing in their daily living. And that's where you expect. You don't just come to the stadium and you are not a racist on the street, and you come to the stadium and become a racist.
Don't just become a racist.
No. It's something that is within you. You must have been doing that. You must have been watching, reading magazines, watching TV, seeing black people.
It probably might be acceptable where you come from.
Yes, and people won't condemn it. People will just smile over it and they will jokingly just wave it aside. These are things that happen. So it's not just football, but football is trying in the best to take it out of the game. But you can't take it. You will take it out of the game to some extent. That didn't happen on the pitch. It's happened in the train station. So it's a societal thing.
But it's embarrassing for English football considering the fact that they've consistently been campaigning.
I'm not saying it's correct.
No.
But I'm saying these are things that some of these carry on.
I totally understand. But it's embarrassing for English football because they've been consistently campaigning against Russia 2018 because of the massive racism that is going on.
And they've always taken the moral high ground.
Exactly. Now, to find regular English fans in quotes doing this
it's embarrassing.
In a sophisticated city just across the pond, the English channel to them, it's totally embarrassing.
Okay. Well, I think it's only fitting at this point to listen to the first black player in Chelsea. Let's listen to what he has to say, Paul Carneville, what he had to say about Chelsea, about the fans, and how disappointed he was that some Chelsea fans can say that.
Outrageous. It slurs us, something silly. A couple of idiots doing it, outrageous to be honest. It used to be a bad club when I used to come. I'm never afraid to bring her here now. It's totally changed. Look at the heroes who scored the goals for us. Drogba. It's just a few idiots, to be honest with you.
No, we're a great multiracial, integrated club. And I would say they are scum, actually, people who behave like that.
So there has to be strong leadership, and I think that Chelsea has shown that by making a statement, by actually trying to identify and where appropriate ban these guys from the game. So it's not unusual. I think it's in most clubs. That's in most society. But again, I have to emphasise it's the minority, not the majority. The majority of fans want to go to the game. They want to have that strong rivalry, but they don't want discrimination in football.
Disgust, embarrassment, and feel ashamed, to be honest. Connected with the club.
Okay, the fans and the guy you saw last was Paul Carneville, first black player to ever play for Chelsea, and he said, echoed our sentiments here. It's bad, it's shameful at this level. Guys, before I let you go, our time is almost up, but second half about to begin, and your expectations for the two games quickly.
I think Real Madrid will go on ahead to win. I think Porto have tremendous quality. I think that game might just end in a draw.
Nodi?
Real Madrid will win. Barca will win, but Porto will have to rely on the second leg.
Probably to upturn whatever damage has been done to them by Basel today. All right, that's how we wrap things up on the show tonight. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do. Then, of course, you can join us again tomorrow when we have more time on our hands to take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sports. My name is Yemi Adebayo. Till we see you again. Bye-bye.